Welcome to the world as I like it to be. I am your host, Eric Darnley Small. And if you tuned in on YouTube earlier today or at the appropriate time, you saw this video. But if you went to stream.vtip.net, you saw nothing. And so I had some technical difficulties, had to restart the stream. Now both streams are running, so hopefully everybody can see me and hear me just fine. Lot of news to get to today. The biggest is my overlay. Please go to the Twitter that you see on this overlay right here. The World As I Like, twitter.com or at The World As I Like, and give me your opinion of the overlay. I plan on using it maybe in the beginning sparingly, and then sort of using it more as I go on, depending on what people think. But anyway, so that's my breaking news for the show. Breaking news going on today. We're going to start there because there is a lot of stuff going on. We've got COVID-19, Hurricane Henry, the Biden withdrawal from Afghanistan, a lot of stuff I want to get to. And I think I'm going to start with, or actually I know I'm going to start with, the COVID-19 and what's going on there. We've got reports from NBC News in Florida that doctors are walking out on Monday because of total and complete frustration over the fact that so many people are unvaccinated and their hospitals are overwhelmed. This is in South Florida. I'm going to play this video. This was from this morning's Morning Joe. I'm going to play it so that you guys can hear what it has to say. I'm in the middle.
Moments ago, more than 75 doctors staged a walkout to protest the number of COVID patients coming to the hospitals who have not been vaccinated. The thing, let's bring in Kerry Sanders, because Kerry, you're in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, at this doctor's walkout. Kerry, and I know the area very well. What Americans don't understand is for every unvaccinated person that's filling up an ICU bed, that means with the hospitals jammed, somebody with a heart attack, and I've known somebody in this position, goes there, has trouble getting in, can't get treatment, can't get a bed. It is a nightmare for the doctors. It is a nightmare for the nurses. And to the doctor's point of view, it's worse yet for sick people that want help from them.
That is truly reflective of the frustration that you see behind me. And these doctors have gathered, some coming off their shifts to come out here, gathering to try to tell people, please, first of all, ignore the nonsense and the absurdities that you're hearing people say at public meetings and recognize the value of what a vaccine will do. 85% of the ICU beds in Florida are full. Now, there are some hospitals that have no space in the ICU. They've turned cafeterias, they've turned conference centers over to beds to house patients because they are so overwhelmed. Dr. J.T. Snarsky is joining us here. She's one of the doctors. First of all, you hear that woman at the school board saying the absurdity. How does that make you feel, and how do you combat it?
It's incredibly frustrating because we know vaccines are safe and effective, and it's people who go out and talk against them that really go against physicians and medicine and science, and it's not the message we want to get across to people. Vaccines are safe, and we need to get our communities vaccinated.
So that was Morning Joe from this morning.
The Biden administration has new concerns in Afghanistan. The massive war chest of U.S. weapons and equipment.
It just goes to show how bad things have gotten. And I will get to Afghanistan in a minute. This is what's happening in Louisiana. This is CBS. And actually, this was from earlier this morning. This is CBS this morning. Let me restart this. See if there we go. Let's see if we can see this. this may no longer be available. But, you know, it's Louisiana healthcare workers. They're struggling to find a way to deal with these people who are, you know, defying the common sense of the states. You know, you have governors who are right now going around and they are not helping things by, you know, not pushing for mask mandates, and they're doing all kinds of things to make it more difficult for folks to do what they need to do in terms of securing their kids, making sure that their kids are okay. Because one of the things that I saw fairly recently, which is an important thing to remember, that there is a difference between the unvaccinated and anti-vaxxers, right? There is anti-vaxxers, or people who can get vaccinated. They're all unvaccinated at the end of the day, but anti-vaxxers are people who can get vaccinated but won't. And those people, as opposed to folks who are not anti-vaxxers but cannot get vaccinated because they're either too young or they have some kind of autoimmune issue or something that might prevent them or might make the vaccine an issue, or maybe in their area they can't get to the vaccine as quickly. So unfortunately, though, those people who are anti-vaxxers are hurting the rest of us, because children are getting sick with COVID, and it is a total mess for them. So that is really one of the saddest things that's happening. I'm trying to get this video to come up on the site, but it is giving me difficulty. So I'm going to have to pass that. But I just wanted to highlight Louisiana healthcare workers fighting two battles: the pandemic and the spread of misinformation. So you've got that. Also breaking brand new news is that the FDA has approved the Pfizer, the vaccine made by Pfizer and its parent BioNTech, now carries the strongest endorsement from the FDA, which has never before had so much evidence to judge a shot's safety. More than 200 million Pfizer doses already have been administered in the U.S. and hundreds of millions more worldwide since the emergency use began in December. The public can be very confident that this vaccine meets the high standards for safety, effectiveness, and manufacturing quality the FDA requires of an approved product. Today's milestone puts us one step closer to altering the course of this pandemic in the U.S.